was exploitative, and it wasn't internally oriented. It was externally oriented. The development was meant to feed their companies, not us. There's a Chinese education system,
Yeah.
a Chinese writing system. Where's the African? Where's the Ghanaian?
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is bliss. Take me back to before the new. Rewind, take it out of cue. Innocence can be a young man's game. Signed up for the hall of shame. I wish I knew how much I miss. I know.
Welcome to Kinside TV. The program is Money Mindset and Psychology. Today we are here to talk about development in Africa during colonialism. And with me is Mr. Abubakar Mohammed, and he will be soon be a doctor. He's also a researcher, economics, and then an analyst. So in case you need anything like concerning data, finance, anything, just get in touch, and he will be ready to assist you. My brother, you are welcome.
Thank you, Coco. I don't know if you want us to go the other way than the last time we blended the P with the English, or you want us to go strictly English. How do you want it?
Yeah, let's go straight to English. I think most of
Yeah.
the guys who want to enjoy this, most of them are in Europe and American that they don't understand tree. So
Okay. Okay. So it's fine. It's fine. I think the other day we couldn't finish.
yeah,
And I think we talked a lot more about the economic development in Africa during colonization.
yeah,
We talk about how it was resource extraction based. They built a cash crop economy where the colonization exploited Africa's natural resources: gold, cocoa, timber, rubber. You see, in Nigeria, they were going for the whatever, the farm produce, and the rubber. In Ghana, they were going for the mines, plantations. You understand?
yeah.
So you can see that no development was actually done with Africa in mind. And it started when the discovery of the New World, i.e., the Americas and the transatlantic slave trade, collapse of the slave trade. So now Africans can stay here, produce for them, and they take it away.
Okay.
So that was how we started the one. So moving on from there, you could see that when you talk about development, what is development in its entirety? When we say development, what is development? Well, how do people understand what development
What
is?
development means?
You see, development in itself, maybe let's say the dictionary meaning. I have Merriam-Webster dictionary here. It says
Okay.
the process of developing or being developed. That's development. Or an event constitutes a new stage in a changing situation.
Okay.
So, in pure economic terms, when we say development means that progress, okay, progress coupled with efficiency, yeah, progress coupled with efficiency. That's development. If
Okay.
yesterday, if yesterday I had to use a hammer or something, or yesterday I had to record this voice and send to you, spend like 5 minutes in the pipeline before I get a response from you.
Mm-hmm.
And today we have been able to bring out a new device or a new mechanism that we can talk in real time.
Yeah.
That is what we call development.
Okay.
Efficiency, doing the same thing with little amount of time or
Okay.
little amount of resources. What resources are we talking about? Time, energy, resource. Time, energy, material resources, where we have money and others. So at first, my mom, the moment I see my mom preparing the banchi, I start to find a way to run away because I know in the next 20, 30 minutes, they're about to call me to pound fufu for the next 30 minutes or 1 hour.
Yeah.
And now, because of development and progress, okay, we've brought something we call a full pounding machine, or done a machine to the extent that my mom in his own kitchen prepared the yam, put it in a certain bowl, use the machine, the fufu is done
Yeah.
with a lesser amount of energy.
Energy.
You understand? That's progress. That's development. You understand?
Yeah.
So when we are looking at colonization, how Europeans um, scrambled for Africa, they went for this Berlin conference and divided Africa among themselves, where decisions were made for Africa without an African representative.
Yeah.
Right now, they do that, and what is it? How did that help us in development
Mm-hmm.
in any way? Did it lift us out from poverty? Did it create wealth for us? You understand? Because in
Yeah.
everything I'm saying, it means that whatever development brings should lift us out of poverty. Poverty.
Yeah.
It should create wealth for us. Make us richer than we were before. Did colonization do that?
No.
Did it do it very well for us? Okay, so the target of colonization itself, what did colonization seek to do? If
Okay.
we should also discuss, we've talked about development.
Yeah.
What did colonization seek to do? What did they seek to do? Like I
Mm-hmm.
said, after the invention of the steam engine, now it increased the production capacity of the European economies. Now, they've been able to manufacture machines that can produce a lot. Now, I have a machine that can produce uh, 1,000,000 cubes of cement blocks.
Mm-hmm.
What do I need now? I need the sand and the cement that produces the blocks, just so that I can feed the machine to produce the blocks. And where do I find the sand and blocks, sand and cement? I need to go elsewhere to go and bring it.
Yeah.
So that was the idea behind colonization.
Okay.
Colonization was not done to help Africans
I can.
out of where they were. It was done by the European for the European.
Okay.
Like I said, that's what came after. Um, Now the big economies, they've discovered the steam engine. Big factories are there. The factories can produce so much. We need to find raw materials for the factories, right? And the Europe was divided into kingdoms. Each kingdom want to sponsor voyages to go and find new lands, new trade routes.
Yeah.
Now they've discovered the new world, the Americas. There are spices coming from India and China, opium. How do we get these raw materials to feed our big capacity machines and the factories, the engine operated machines?
Mm-hmm.
So the fertile land in the Americas, that's what brought about the slavery, right? Now, when slavery was going on, they realized that it's no more economically sound for them. So the abolishment of slave trade is not out of humanitarian or the humanitarianism of the European, but it was no more profitable for them
For
to
them.
send slaves from Africa to that place. And later, some of the slaves were revolting and killing their masters. The whole
Yeah.
Haiti, they killed an entire army and took off there. So it was not making sense for them to bring more slaves to make them more strong.
Yeah.
So they need to keep us here to work and feed
Them.
the big industries over there. Okay. So different part of Africa with different things they needed. Here, the white man wanted our mines and our cocoa.
Mm-hmm.
So if you incentivize us to produce the raw materials, the cocoa, the gold, the whatever, so that we go and feed their companies there.
You know,
So we were basically a raw material economy.
okay. Before you continue, let me ask you this question.
I'm listening.
When we were looking at the African development before colonialism, we found out that most of the African kingdoms or community were developed. So what happened that stopped that development during colonialism time?
Okay, now I need to make a good point. Like before our earlier lectures, we've come to understand that there was already a development process going on in Africa,
Yeah.
like the kingdoms we talked about. When the white man through the Asantewaa War conquered the Ashantis in
Yeah.
Kumasi, it was noted and well documented in the Serrato's document that Kumasi was already a planned city.
Yeah.
The white man was amazed to see a well-planned settlement in the heart of the forest,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And the beautiful thing about development is that it doesn't have to come from outside. Someone else shouldn't force you to do things that will help you. You
Yeah.
yourself have to do. You call it learning by doing. You yourself have to do it and learn from what you are doing and do it better. You understand?
Yeah.
So when there was so much heat in Africa, and we didn't want to use the iron roof, corrugated iron roof, to be our ceilings and our rooftops. We were using the leaves and the thatch.
Yeah.
So even at the peak of the sun's heat, our roofs were still hot. Cool.
You, you know
Okay.
that one. That
So that
one where
was
you
a skill. That was someone's business.
yeah.
Someone will sit down and weave that thing so that you pay the person.
And you see
Okay.
that one, if you sleep in that room, that kind of room is more even enjoyable than air conditioned room.
Yes. Now the white man brings the corrugated iron sheets that is produced by the white man's technology,
Yeah.
right? And and he builds the taste, your taste for that. Okay. So in doing that, it makes you no more purchase what the thatch maker's roof.
Yeah.
And if you don't purchase it over time, you will stop doing it. Because
Sure.
if they do, nobody will buy. Okay? And over time, the skill will be lost. Because it's a skill. it's a skill and over time that technology will be lost.
Yeah, it's
Okay,
true.
so
Because people are not patronizing, so there's no need to.
exactly. So the Africans had a kind of bow and arrow
Yeah,
that could shoot over 6 miles. Over 6 miles.
yeah,
We can sit here and shoot the bow for over 6 miles. Okay. Now the white man brings a gun. Okay. And even that one, we will talk about it because our people knew how to do guns.
yeah, sure.
So we knew how to do our own guns. But if they allowed us to use our own technology to do guns, we could have improved on it over time. Because as we do, we learn more. But they brought their guns and made us put our guns down. They gave us their guns. That's their technology. So we built the taste for their guns.
Okay.
And then we throw our guns away. So if you do a local gun, nobody will buy. Because the white man has brought his own, which is better. And by that, over time, the gun makers in our land will no more be getting markets.
Yeah.
And they will stop doing it. And they will, over time, their skill will vanish because there's no demand for it. Simple economics. So this simple analogy I've given you was done in healthcare, was done in our political development,
And social development.
social development. Let's talk about education.
Okay.
We had our own way of inculcating knowledge into the next generation. That's education, right? Because if I show you how to do this watch, okay? If I show it to you, the onus lies on you to add your own God-given weight to it.
Yeah.
Yes, and do it better. Now, the white man, through the missionaries and the colonial government, introduced the Western style of education.
Mm-hmm.
But the access was very limited.
Yeah.
So now, even if you were schooled in our cultural way, people who speak, people who stayed in palaces to learn, Africans, people who go to palaces to learn how to speak with elders. You
Yeah.
understand? To learn our culture, how things are done. If you are growing and maybe your father is maybe a mat maker or a thatch maker or a carpenter, automatically you became what? Or you learn from your father,
From your
or maybe they
father.
will take you to a certain uncle who is doing some business that is in line with. So you learn from them, and you use their knowledge you add your knowledge to it and improve from what your uncles were doing. In fact, the white man acknowledges that when they conquered Kumasi, they saw houses that were story building.
Yeah.
And the story building was built by locals. And in those story buildings, there were baths and toilets in the top rooms
Well, yeah.
in Africa here. So it's not a white man who came to teach us how to be. And in fact, a lot of sanitation practices, the white man even learned from Africa. The white man doesn't know what you call sanitation. Yeah, because and throughout history, even a lot of diseases that have ravaged a whole continent, that bubonic plague, the Justinus plague, have all been seen to be byproducts of poor sanitation.
Yeah.
And those poor sanitation, bubonic plague was happening in Europe, and it never came to Africa.
And even now, all the pandemics start outside Africa.
Now, the
You
white man
know,
brings his own kind of education
yeah.
and educates some of us so that we can read and write his language. not ours,
Yeah.
to read and write his language and occupy subordinate roles. So the white man will still be the boss. And the most educated amongst us will be the white man's boy.
Correct.
Clerk, teacher, interpreter. You understand? Now let's go to healthcare. When the
Yeah.
white man came, they established hospitals and introduced the modern medicine. I always say that from 1911, somewhere 1911 to 1915, there was the Spanish plague, the Spanish flu,
Yeah.
and at least Africa had its own fair share. It gave the white man the leverage to introduce Western medicine here.
Mm-hmm.
Our ancestors were very strong, and they were immune to certain diseases
Yeah.
because there was a high number of infant mortality before World War II, or before, let's say, before the 1900s. Um, Mortality rate was even more than 50%, to the extent that when a child is born today, when 10 children were born today, you are sure that by 10 years, 5 of them will be dead.
Mm-hmm.
But with that, it means that those who survived are immune to all those diseases.
Yeah.
If you know how immunity works. So the white man brought vaccines, their own kind of medicines, okay? And we had our own kind of medicines too. The herbs, the tree barks, the roots, and people who knew the knowledge of it. Now, the white man didn't help us develop it, but they came building hospitals, right? They came with their own kind of medicine, injections, blood transfusion, and so on. And in fact, the other day when we were talking about other kingdoms in Africa, we realized that even in Kush, they were
Yeah.
performing brain surgeries with the
Brain
African
surgery.
way. But where did he go? The white man brings his own, and through his form of education, makes us throw our own away, so that we go follow him. By the time we say Jack, over years, we would have forgotten all the good medicine we had, the good healers amongst us. Some of them were captured, some of them died. They couldn't transfer knowledge, because knowledge works in transfer.
Yeah.
Knowledge transfer is also part of it. How do I transfer this kind of knowledge to my son, to my officer, to my grandson to work with? But the white man is a capitalist. He wants a product that can be sold for money.
Yeah.
So when you have headache and per hour kind of medicine, we say, oh, drink water and maybe walk barefooted for some time and sleep. The headache will go. If it's a normal headache, it will go. The white man doesn't want that one. Because that one, you can't charge money for it. Because the moment you show someone, he will show another one and show another one. That
Yeah.
man
Yeah.
will bring paracetamol. That one is a product. He sells it and can do more and sell it more. Our medical system is gone.
It's and then what you are
And
saying.
urbanization. Let me land
Okay.
here before we move. And urbanization. The white man didn't go to our rural areas. They stayed in the urban areas. They stayed in Accra. They stayed in Cape Coast. They stayed in Kumasi. And all these things I'm talking about, if the white man built a school, he didn't build it with you in mind. In fact,
Yeah.
if they built a proper school, they were building it for their children to go to that school. If they built a proper hospital, they were building it for so that their children they are bearing here can go to that hospital. Okay, so the white man's, the black man's, whatever, or the black man, whatever the black man will do, will be an afterthought. They will take care of the white man's interest before taking care of your interest. You understand?
Yeah.
So of course, that's where the rural-urban migration started. That is where a lot of inequality started. Hmm. So the white man lives in Kumasi. He will build the best school in Kumasi so that the people closer to him will go to those best schools. So those in the villages, they will build any Yawa school for them because you are not of interest.
Yeah.
Those in the village, they will build any Yawa hospital for them. But the best hospital will be in the urban areas. And that's what we call the rural-urban drift. So everybody wants to go to Kumasi. Everybody wants to go to Accra because that is where the best of the best are. Because that is where the white man stayed and took care of their interests. Now, political development.
Mm-hmm.
Colonial rulers, they impose centralized governments. Let's not pretend as if we weren't under government already. Our chiefs and kings were ruling us in
Yeah.
their own unique way, a very decentralized way, how things worked. Because even in the Ashanti Kingdom, there are paramount chiefs under Ashanti, and each of the paramount chiefs have sub chiefs under them, and they were governing their provinces, right, until it comes to the. Now the white man say no, they abolish all of them. We used to respect our chiefs. Recently, if you see how Otunfo buried his queen mother, beautiful,
Yeah.
a beautiful culture, right? We had our culture, we respected our chiefs and everything. But what do we see? It never happened. The white man taught us how to disrespect our own, imprisoning some of the chiefs, beheaded some of them,
Mm-hmm.
and imposed the indirect rule. You see, so that they could get what they want. And infrastructure development was the same thing. They did good roads at where they find themselves. And it is persistent till now.
Yeah.
Good roads, good infrastructure are at where the white man stayed. Bad infrastructure are found at where the white man never went.
This is really sad. And looking at what you are telling us, that means that they made that lose our indigenous knowledge systems about the herbs and other stuff,
Our healthcare
and
system, our
also
cultural system,
suppress
our
our local languages. You know,
now the languages. Let me put it culture. You call it cultural disruption.
yeah,
The European languages and laws and religion, particularly Christianity, it eroded our indigenous culture.
seriously.
People talk about our indigenous culture like it's idol worship.
Is that yeah,
But what is more idol worship than what the white man does? Like every day I said that I keep every day. The last time I told you about a month
yeah,
ago that people in Ghana sing that yeah na no some abosom, and I keep telling them that me na be no some bosom.
yeah,
Me de. If una na some bosom are fine. If your grandfather worship idols, then it's you.
yeah,
But me, what I know is that even I'm a Muslim. Maybe some of my grandparents never knew Islam, but I know
yeah,
that they knew God. But they were mentioning Australia and Ponyame, even when they poured libation on the ground.
Yeah.
And in fact, crime was next to zero in their
Exactly.
time. Because in Kumasi and Ashanti region where I find myself, if someone's valuable, gets missing, you only need one egg and a snap. And he invoke the ghost. Within a week, within 3 days, we will find a person. And it works till now. But now, if
Yeah.
you do it, they say what? You are doing idol worship,
Yeah.
right? But thieves are working free. People work hard for their belongings, for their properties, and thieves are taking it. They say take it to the police station and don't invoke the ghost. You know why? Because the police station is the white man's mechanism.
System.
When you go to the police, before we find even the thief for you to get your property, you pay money.
Yeah.
The white man thinks in terms of money. They want you to feed the system. We think in terms of utility. We don't feed any system. We invoke the boss. You understand?
That's interesting.
Yes. So even our healthcare system, our education system was not money based, was not payment based. The white man's healthcare system depends on who can pay what.
Yeah, yeah.
If
Because
your wife
even
is
now,
pregnant and having complications in birth, oh, if you have money, let's do CS. If you don't have money, your wife will be dying.
yeah,
But our healthcare system was not like that, right?
yeah,
Education now, if you want quality, you pay more, right? But our education system was never like that. Mm? It was skills transfer. If someone have a skill and they want you, your father takes you to them, they pay with trinsa.
yeah,
Then you work under the person as an apprentice until the person deems it that you are now fit to go. You are a perfect blacksmith or whatever. I hope you get it.
yeah,
So the colonization in its nutshell came to make us economic dependent on the white man's economy. The last time I told you that nobody eats cocoa in this land.
yeah,
If you survey 10 typical Ghanaians, none of them eats any cocoa product in the morning or eats chocolate as snack.
Even someone, it will take someone about 5 or 6 years without eating cocoa products like chocolate or milk.
Cocoa was imbibed in us by the white man to feed his chocolate industry. So we have a whole cocoa board and we produce tons of cocoa only for the white man to give us the price they like.
Yeah,
Oh, I'll give you this year I'm paying only 2,000 per ton, and you are price taker. They pity you and they give you something small, right?
yeah.
Whatever we
Like
produce, all the
I
things we
wanted
are.
to.
When you go to East Africa, those producing tea, those producing whatever, those producing whatever are feeding the white man. It's the white man who sets the price. Even gold, which is abundant in our land, the white man gives us the price. Cobalt, the white man gives you the price. A precious mineral, which without it, you don't have any mobile phone like we are talking on. You have laptops. You have this mined in large quantities in Congo.
Congo, yeah.
But white man gives the price. Congo have no say in the pricing system.
So what can't we change that?
like you said, this lecture is a lecture series, and we will get there.
We will get there. Okay, okay.
We will get there. It's a series,
Okay,
so we
because
need to make people understand that
yeah,
because
it's a
of what the
series.
white man
Because
did.
we will look at Africa development after colonialism and
Yes, yes,
up to
yes,
now,
yes,
and
yes,
even look at the future of Africa.
yes.
So it's a
Africa's
series
future.
that we are
Yes,
doing.
we are in a series.
Yeah.
So exploitation of labor, Africa, forced labor in Africa, taxation. I won't go into long term in it, but now that's why I started with slavery.
Yeah.
In the slavery time, the slaves were kept in the plantations. Now the slaves are kept in Africa,
Mm-hmm.
and they call us third world country, developing economy. And now, because we are here, but the mentality is still the same as the slave in the plantation.
In the plantation.
Why am I saying that? The slave in the plantation works for the master to give him some pay. We in Africa plant cocoa all year long for the
Mm-hmm.
master to give us his price. So they are paying us effectively. The slave in the plantation always believed that what do you call it? He There's a good world outside the plantation. There's nothing better for him under the plantation. So he always works hard to leave the plantation to go elsewhere.
Yeah.
So now Africans are also running away from Africa. Africans are crossing the Sahara Desert deep into the Mediterranean Sea to enter Europe in search of what? Greener pastures. You are in Germany, you saw a lot of them.
You
Africans
know,
are running away from Africa because we've all been made to believe that there's nothing good in here for us.
yeah.
Africans.
Before you
The
continue, can I say
slave.
this?
Yes.
You know, when you come here, is there that I don't know, is there that you begin to appreciate what you left behind?
Yes.
You know, that's why you see most of guys now on TikTok and other social media platforms trying to let people know that there are better things in Africa.
Yeah.
Just last week, I was having a discussion with one of my in-laws and then brother-in-law, and then what came out is here in Germany, you like the system has designed that in a such a way that it will not make you rich. You will not be rich,
Mhm.
but just you have what to eat, what to pay your bills, and that's it. Because imagine you are working and let's say you take around 1,600 euro a month and you are paying rent 1,000 euro.
Mhm.
You are left with what 600 euro.
Mhm.
You take 200 or 300 to eat, then you save how much are you saving? How much are you sending home?
Mhm.
So you see that the system has not designed to make you rich. But
Mhm.
compared back home, people are rich. And it's easier to be rich in Africa than here. Especially like you
You
are
don't.
from Ghana, I'm saying Ghana than here.
So you see. So when you step out, you realize that hey, Africa has a lot to give. Oh. But
My
when you
brother,
were here, you never saw it.
I tell you,
Mhm.
when you step out, that's why we are all working hard to come back.
Mhm.
and,
So
and and surely soon we'll be back home.
amen, 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 amen. Africa will be a better place, but
Yeah,
we will
yeah,
get there too and educate brothers and sisters.
sure.
Now, my last point is slavery causes serious environmental effects.
Mm-hmm.
You see, land degradation, wildlife exploitation. In South Africa, in South Africa alone, mining led to soil depletion and deforestation, especially large scale Southern Africa where they have the large scale cattle ranching,
Yeah.
degraded grazing lands, wildlife exploitation, ivory trade,
Yeah.
the ivory they took from elephants. They killing elephants. Africa was home for wildlife. We were living with animals free of charge.
Yeah.
And they came and killed elephants and rhinos and disrupted the ecosystem because they wanted the. In South America, they killed buffaloes, just killing buffaloes. You see? So, in a nutshell, colonization disrupted Africa's development for over 100
100%.
years.
Yeah, 100%.
It created economic dependence. It created unequal development. It created exploitation and forced labor.
Created enmity between Africans.
And it causes division between us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look at the British government signing an agreement with coastal states, arming them to come and fight Asantis,
Ashantis.
right? We are here and arming them to come and fight them, our own people.
Yeah.
Black man, you understand? So, in a nutshell, um, colonization was very selective, let me say. Development in Africa, they selected what they want to develop. It was exploitative, and it wasn't internally oriented. It was externally oriented. The development was meant to feed their companies, not us.
Not us.
So, fine, it introduced us to, they call it modern infrastructure, education, and health systems. But it was primarily designed to benefit the whites,
Yeah.
not us.
Not at all.
So, our development, they didn't develop us. When you go
Yeah.
to China, they say China has developed. There's Chinese medicine. There's a Chinese education system,
Yeah.
a Chinese writing system. Where is the African? Where is the Ghanaian? Okay. So, like
Yeah.
I said, that is what I can say. Like I said, development during colonization in Africa was selective, exploitative, and externally oriented. It wasn't done with with the black man in mind. It was done to serve the white man. That's why in Ghana we call it the Gettysburg economy.
Yeah.
Produce whatever you can produce in this land, let's send to Britain. And that's exactly what we do. So now, if a foreign economy says they won't buy banana from Ghana again, we all be hey, they say they won't buy our banana again. What happened to we eating our own banana?
Yeah.
The Ghana Galamsey menace, people look at it from internal thing alone. The white man is ready to buy the gold, regardless of where it's coming from,
Sure.
whether it's polluting or rivers or whatever. Just bring the gold, they will buy. And now we are telling you, we are fighting Galamsey. We are joking here. All right. Thank you, my brother, for the platform.
You are welcome, my brother. You have said a lot, and then I have learned a lot, and I believe that the one watching us also have learned a lot from this. And as you said, colonialism just brought Africa enmity, destroy our languages, borders, and then impeachment in our development. So, and up to now, even in Ghana, when you speak your language, people would see you to be down and
Yay!
appreciate white man language than our own language up to now. So,
Okonfo, you know me that If I meet you, there's no way we will speak a white man's language.
No. There's no
You know
way.
me. You know me.
Yeah.
So me,
There's no way.
everybody knows me that for me, I know what I stand for. So
You know
I
the
know
funny
whatever I'm
thing?
doing.
Last I was speaking with a Nigerian and I forgot. He's suffering now. So yeah, that's it. And then
They've created
let's
enmity amongst us. Of
yeah,
late, I said some Ghanaians are fighting that, and then Nigerians are taking our businesses, whatever. And Nigerians, we should sack them. They should go to their countries. I'm saying, oh, why should an African be a foreigner in Africa?
in Africa.
An African shouldn't be a foreigner in Africa.
In Africa, yeah.
No. We should design how we can deal amongst ourselves in a very fair and equitable way.
That's it.
We don't want to do it. If a white man comes to open a shop here, we will be praising him. We call it foreign direct investment.
He will not even pay taxes.
We call it foreign direct investment.
Yeah, they will not even pay taxes.
We give them tax holidays and stuff. But Nigerian comes to open a shop here, Ivorian come to open a shop here, and we are fighting them because we don't want to see ourselves progress. It's bad.
We'll get there. There. So in our next, we'll talk about development after colonialism. It's a
Development
series.
after yes.
If you have not subscribed, just subscribe to this channel. Try to follow our Skinside TV on YouTube, Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram. We'll be giving you a lot of education about Africa. Africa need to be great again. My brother, thank you for coming.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
I like to be educated, but I'm so frustrated. Hello to my loneliness. I guess that ignorance is